Hey, my name is Scotty, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to sketch these simple urban objects using my loose sketching technique. And these objects are really great for beginners, so if you're starting out, this tutorial is great for you. Okay, we're going to start off with the bag first, and I like to start doing the main shapes. You can compare the width to the height. So I've got the width here at the top, so I've used my fingers, lock my fingers, and turn, and it's about 1:1. So if I start here at the top of the page and I do 2 dots, you can choose any width, measure this distance here for the width and measure it down for the height. I've noticed that there's an angle at the bottom, slightly tilting up. So that means that when I come across here, we go up a little bit. We'll start at the top and come down, but we know we have to come out a little bit to the left. So let's come out here. Then we go across to that other dot, angling up. Now we can complete the shape coming down. Now, how high does the strap go? Well, if I compare on the reference the height there, let's compare it to the other main shape we've already done. It's approximately halfway there. But if I put a dot between these points and a dot between here and put my dot there. Now, what about the width of the handles? How far they come out? So I'm looking at the width here on the reference, and that's about halfway, and I can see that each strap is about halfway between those points, so 1/4 of the way across and 1/4 of the way across there. 1 dot there and 1 dot there. So we'll start with that first strap that's closest to us, and it goes up past that dot here, down like that. But this time, because it's bending, almost touching, and then we've got the silver bolts that go through there, right across the top. And then when we get to these little zippers, there's 2 zippers there. Okay, I'm happy with the main shape. And then you can see it goes here, leaves a little gap, and then follows the inside of this line. And then I'll do another, the thickness, it goes up, around and down, right across there. And it goes quite close on this side and blends out to the corner, keeping the wobble. So I'm imagining there's some volume inside. And if you compare on this reference the height to the bottom of that buckle, it's almost halfway. So I'm looking at those 2 points, halfway. You can see how it lines up to that point. The little tab that's stitched on. And then the buckle. And we can just subtly put in the zip just on the edge. Just an impression of the zips. Okay, we've done the bag. Now the letterbox. And I'll compare on the reference what the ratio is between the height and the width. Look at that width there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the ratio is 4:1. And then if I divide this into half and then in half again, like that. So that is one of the widths. So that gives me a really good guide to how to sketch the outline. If that curve comes right down to the bottom of that point, that's the lowest point, and then add the curve. Straight down, following my dots, so it's easy, and go down to there. We just follow the dots. That's the top, that's the highest point right in the middle where the dome is. Now let's add that dome shape. I have to concentrate here. And then we add that side of the dome. Let's start with a little bump on each side. Now let's break down this main shape into smaller shapes. And put 2 dots here for the width of that letterbox slot, and then draw the square rectangle, the actual slot where you put your letters in. And now let's frame that rectangle. 4, slight curve out, keyhole, and the handle. Okay, now I've got the crown. So I put the height where I think it is, and then so now with these ones, it's very light. So try your best. Lettering is really challenging. And there's another line, and then there's 7. So upside down U's. In between the letterbox slot on the side, we're doing these lines going down. Okay, we've got our letterbox. Now we come to the window. Measure that width there. It looks like it's about 2/3 of the height there. So let's put a height here, 2 dots, and then you've got 3 equal spaces. That's 2/3 of the height. And we can turn, and I can put a dot there and across there. So just connect the dots straight down and then across, add a line. So this is one we just have to be patient with the white border of the wall going back and connecting those up. Dividing line right down the middle. So I'll start with the corners 2 dots, so we have 3 equal sections. And then between this, vertically, let's go vertically down between. And come down a bit on the top. And then in the middle, they're right in the middle there. Cutting in there and then leaving a gap at the bottom. And then join them up. Make a rectangle there too. 2 in the middle, and then put the vertical bars in. Okay, well done. We've done the window. Now let's go on to the hat. I'm looking at what shape I should start with. I'm going to compare that width again of the hat, this big shape, to the height. That looks about 2/3 of the height, or we could try it halfway and compare. So I'm going to start at the bottom here. Okay, so that's my angle. Now let's put a dot in the middle and grab half of that and turn so we curve around. Now this back of the hat goes higher, so I'm going to put a dot higher than the halfway point. I'll go up, curve around to the top. It comes out quite straight there. This quite straight. Bring it out there. I'll get that length of the visor there and compare it to the height of the cap here. So that's about halfway. That's my height from the tip of the pen to where my finger is. And put it over here and go down. So same angle there. So I'm going to draw this line down there that we had before. So I'm going to draw the bottom of the logo there, same angle as this angle here, and draw that in. So very light lines going around here. We'll just limit it to 3. Circle with a dot that's like the little breathing hole. Very impressionistic. Sort of like structured lines that come, one's there and one's there. Some dots. Now I've got my watercolors out, I have my round 10 brush, and we'll start with the bag at the top, and that's burnt sienna. You can go over the lines, it's very, very loose. More water as we go down, let's add some more. And there we go, we've got the bag, so burnt umber, so I'm adding the paint in there, and once again the light's coming from the top, so we can add a little bit more white gaps on the top. Post box, we're going to use cadmium red. I'm just going to avoid that Monday sign. Now as we go down, you can add a bit more saturation if you like, and this is a graded wash. It's a bit darker. Blue, so this is cerulean blue. I'm just going to do this all light. Cerulean blue isn't as bright as what I can get in photos. We'll start with viridian green. Just brush a nice light stroke onto that. And the logo. Payne's grey. See, it still works there. And then around the bottom. Okay, and that's all we need to do. I'm going to let that dry. That's our first layer. The next step we're going to do is add shadows on the top of these. Today I'm going to be using Purple Lake, which is my shortcut color. You can mix this with ultramarine and permanent rose. So I'm just going to draw a little line here. So I'm doing that inside strap, either side of the ring. A little bit of shadow there, across there. So from this point here, we've got shadow, leaving the top dome there, and then I might run that shadow all the way down. Some shadows on the letters, I can add that in. So this section here right to the edge is shadow. You can see that edge there, the white edge is in shadow, but on this side it's in light. That's all shadow in there. On the top and the right hand side, just there. Alright, that's the shadows done. We're going to let that dry, and then we're going to do the darker spots and the highlights. I'm going to add just a few interesting dots there in the strap. Now you can also add splatters. So I've got paint in my brush already, and you can hold the end and tap like that. Slightly to the right because that's where the shadow is. Just in the shadow, that texture, making a bit of a darker spot there. Put there, a little stroke in this one too. I can see it's a little bit darker on the side here and the inside, so I'm going to add. There's just lots of space there. I want to make it interesting. Darker blue there. Added in this again. Now I've got a highlight pen, so I have a Uniball Signo pen. So you can put some little dots there. I almost run down the bag on this side because the sun's coming this way. Little bolts that go through there. Put a line across the top here. Just where you think the light will reflect. Put a line across there. Catch the light on the edge of these little bits sticking out. There's a reflection on the letters. And here as well. I'm going to start with the bottom edges. I'm always thinking of the direction of light and where it hits edges. Mesh that's at the top, so add a few dots there. Stitchings, there's a few. So that's how I sketch these simple objects using ink and watercolor. I hope you enjoyed the process. If you want the full tutorial, which is a lot longer, you can follow along easier, and you've got the reference to download as well. That's over on my Patreon membership. So you can hop over there, check it out. There's also other tutorials. We've got fundamentals. We've got a whole library of tutorials like this. We've got these beginner tutorials, plus we've got a whole lot of more advanced tutorials with buildings and people and faces, topics like that. We've also got a community where you can post your sketch and ask me any question. Otherwise, there's another tutorial right here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.